Hi, my name is Andrea Jin. We're gonna do more movie reviews today. I watched more movies, lived some life. Let's get into it. Okay, I watched Longlegs. It's like the horror movie with Nicolas Cage and that girl who's very nervous. I don't know her name, but she was good. She has a good face. It wasn't as scary as I thought. I'm not a horror guy, like I'm not good at horror. That's like, okay, I can't eat spice very well. That's like me saying, oh, it's not that spicy, So if I'm saying it's not that scary, Nicolas Cage is like evil, and then this FBI agent is very scared. That's okay. Yeah, if I were to sum it up in one sentence, Nicolas Cage looks weird, but we all know it's him, so it's not weird. That's my sentence for that movie. I also watched Quiet Place, Day One. What's her face is in it? Lupita Nyong'o? Yeah. She's great. She's great in it. I love her face. Again, a lot of people, I just like their face. They can do whatever, and I like to watch their face. But it was a little boring. I fell asleep. Okay, one sentence to describe Quiet Place, Day One. Enough. There's three. Enough with the quiet monsters already. That's enough, John Krasinski. I saw the new Planet of the Apes. I watched it with Bobby Lee and a few other people. I've never seen any of the other Planet of the Apes ones. That was my introduction to Planet of the Apes. Boring. Hated it. It wasn't like, what is this? It didn't look real. I couldn't connect with anyone. There's one girl in it, and she's like, I don't know what she wants. She wants like a gun or something. It was so fucking boring and long. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm not gonna watch the other ones. I heard the other ones are good, but I don't give a fuck. Like, this was a horrible intro. One sentence to describe New Planet of the Apes. Boring ape movie. White girl is pretty. I like her face, but that's not enough. I watched Furiosa, which is the Mad Max prequel. Amazing. So good. I love that movie. Anya Taylor-Joy, I love her face. She's got such a good face. I know people are saying like she didn't act that much. Like her face was kind of just like one note. But I think her face was made to be like that. Like, it's still interesting to look at. I don't have notes. And also that movie bombed. Why did that movie bomb?
A lot of people didn't like it.
What? Why?
It was boring.
Oh my God, I didn't think it was boring. The stunts look cool. Like, okay, well, I liked it. I thought it was cool. I liked that she was, Furiosa was just running around. But Furiosa, I would describe it as Anya Taylor-Joy, good face. I like her face. You're all wrong about this movie, and it should have made more money. She looks like a rare type of cat.
It seems like you just like a lot of the faces in these movies.
I do. A lot of these actresses have very good face. Like Lupita Nyong'o, great face. Anya Taylor-Joy, great face. Who was the other person? Longlegs, the girl in it, has a good face. I don't know her name, but speaking of good faces, I watched the new Minions movie, Despicable Me 4. I don't know why we're doing Despicable Me still. Just everybody wants to see the Minions. Nobody gives a fuck about Gru and his family anymore, okay? Everybody wants to see the Minions. Am I wrong? Because they have good face and energy, and they speak in a funny language, and it's really fun. Like, there were so many Minions moments in Despicable Me 4, and I can tell everybody was just waiting for the Minions moments. Nobody gave a shit about Gru and his family and what they're up to. I love Steve Carell. I love the way he has that accent for Gru. He sounds very silly. I like it, but it's not enough anymore. It's about the Minions. The Minions took over. It's the Minions show. Let's just call it what it is. Like, let's just do the Minions movie from now on. That's like Destiny's Child continuing and just ignoring the fact that Beyonce is the real star. It's like, no, Beyonce, let's just do the solo career, disband Destiny's Child, you know? It's about Beyonce. Minions is Beyonce. The movie itself, not so good. It just felt like I was watching a long Minions clip and I had to wait. I had to wait a lot before the Minions got on screen. I had to, you know? It was just all just like in between Minions moments. So it was just like, it felt like a long YouTube video. The clickbait was the Minions, but then I had to watch like Gru bullshit, you know? It's about the Minions. Nobody can outshine like, you know, hello, you know, like the way they're like, hello, like they're such stars. Anyway, one sentence to describe Despicable Me 4 is enough with Gru. Enough with Gru. What are we kidding ourselves? It's about the Minions. Give us more Minions. Or I will start swinging. I've also watched Kinds of Kindness. Kinds of Kindness, the new Yorgo, whatever bullshit. He did The Lobster. He did the Rami Youssef Cuck movie. Poor Things. He came out with a new movie. It's Kinds of Kindness. I didn't love it. It was like 3 short films. Emma Stone's in it. Her face is fine. Not my favorite face, but it's fine. Oh, you know whose face I love? It's Jesse Plemons. Jesse Plemons has great face. He has a good face, despite ginger. He overcame ginger and still has great face. I think the theme is about like dogs. Like our relationships are very dog-like. The way we depend on each other, the way like we expect things out of relationships and friendships and things like that. It made me feel weird. I don't like movies that make me feel weird. All his movies do. Killing of a Sacred Deer made me feel weird. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I was engaged when I was watching and a lot of weird shit happens in it. It's like almost too artsy, I would say. Sometimes I just want the Minions, you know? One sentence to sum up Kinds of Kindness. Yorgo, that's enough weird stuff for you. Do something not weird. Do you think you can do it? Jesse Plemons' face is good. I did not watch Anyone But You, but I wanted to talk about Anyone But You. The marketing for this movie, so annoying. I don't give a fuck if Sydney Sweeney is fucking that guy, okay? I don't care if they're having an affair. Who cares? I don't like his face. I don't like both their faces. They don't have good face. For him, he just looks like he's in pain. If he was my lover, if every time I looked over at him and he looked at me with that face, any face he's making, by the way, I'd be like, he's in pain. Like, I don't want to see that every time I look over at someone who's like that close to me. Sydney Sweeney, like, she's cool. I like her, but you know, it's just this marketing for this movie, it's very annoying. Anyone But You, I haven't seen it, but the sentence is, I don't care if these two are fucking or not. I bet the movie is mid and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Stop looking like you're in pain. I really wanted to watch Deadpool this weekend, but there's something I don't like about Ryan Reynolds. I love Ryan Reynolds on paper. He's from Richmond, which is in Vancouver, which is where my hometown. He married Blake Lively, who is gorgeous, and she's never done anything wrong. He got married in Richmond too. He's like loyal to his city. His Instagram handle is Van City Reynolds or something. And so he reps Vancouver. That's pretty cool. I like that. But I don't know. I just don't like when he's Deadpool. It's too snooty. It's like so smug in your face. That's not my genre of comedy that I like. On paper, there's nothing I should dislike about Ryan Reynolds. Great guy. I think it's just not my style of humor. And also Wolverine, that's cool. Hugh Jackman, you know. I like the haircut. I'm sure it's good. I'll go watch it maybe at some point. Maybe. I like the first one. The last movie I loved of Marvel is Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's so good. The Rocket Raccoon story.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I cried I think 7 times.
Okay.
I don't think I'm not cried for any other movie to that extent. It's so good. Okay.
The music too.
Oh yeah. Like Creep and like some other rock stuff. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so good. My sentence for it is Rocket Raccoon's story is so moving that you forget that it's Bradley Cooper under there. I cried 5 to 7 times. Oh, and also Blake Lively's movie about domestic abuse, It Ends With Us. I was about to watch that with Sophie, but we were in the theater and I wanted to watch Inside Out 2. We were in the theater. I was trying to get her to watch Inside Out 2 with me, but she was like, we already seen it. Do you want to watch that Blake Lively movie, It Ends With Us? And I was like, no. I was just disappointed. I got out of it because I was disappointed that she had already seen Inside Out 2. I gotta watch Inside Out 2. I know I'm gonna love it. I went back in time and I watched Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. I watched all 3. It's so much talking. I love Ethan Hawke though, and that French girl, oh my god. I mean, disrespectful for me to not know her name, but Julie Delpy. That's why I don't remember her name, because it's a bad name. Delpy? It's not good. Ethan Hawke, that's a name. That's a name. But Julie Delpy, she's great. She's really a girl like you fall in love with, you know? I get it. They didn't feel like a movie. They felt like I was like watching this real thing of this couple falling in love in real time, and it almost felt like a podcast. That's why I kept watching. One sentence to describe the Before Trilogy: gay. It's gay. It's very gay. It's very gay. Very gay to fall in love like that. Kind of gay, yeah. It's gay. It's just gay. But I love it. I love gay. I also watched this very niche movie because I recently rewatched the White Lotus series, like 2nd season White Lotus, and it got me thinking about Hawaii. I went to Hawaii and I stayed at the 4 Seasons in Hawaii, and it made me remember White Lotus. And I rewatched White Lotus season 2. And then, Mike White, the guy that created White Lotus, he actually was an actor, and he acted in this movie called Chuck and Buck. Mike White is Chuck, and his childhood best friend is Buck. And then they used to like do gay stuff together as kids, but then they both grew up, but Chuck never got over it. Mike White never got over the gay things they used to do, and he's like deeply in love with Buck. But Buck now has a job and a wife, and he's moved on. He doesn't want to be gay with Chuck anymore. And Maya Rudolph's in it. She's very young. She looks good. Oh my God. But basically, Chuck becomes obsessed with Buck, and then they are gay one more time. They do gay one more time. They do gay one more time because Chuck would not let it go. He's kind of stalking him, basically stalking him, going to his work, calling every 15 minutes, like full on stalking this guy until he was like, just be gay with me one time and then I'll let it go forever. So they do. They're gay for one last time, and then he grows up and then he lets it go. I liked it because it's I don't know, there's something really deep and like dark about someone who just will not let it go. When 2 people experience something and then time passes and just one person will just not let it go, there's something interesting about that. Sentence to describe Chuck and Buck: gay. It's very gay. It's very gay, and that's good. It's gay and it's good. I watched The Nun. Because I watched Longlegs, I thought I was tough shit. Like, I was like, that wasn't scary. Let me see, you know, what else am I not scared of? The Nun, it wasn't that scary. I think The Nun would have scared me prior, but
Oh wow.
it actually didn't scare me. If I had any relationship with any Catholicism based thing, like if I went to Catholic school, if I knew Catholic people, if I grew up around Catholic people, maybe, but I didn't find it scary at all. Anyways, The Nun, not that scary. Also, nuns kind of remind me of lesbians, and that's gay, and I like that. I watched Dee Dee. So I watched my friend's movie Dee Dee. Sean Wang, great director. A bunch of kids in the movie. And you would think like kids wouldn't do what you want them to do on screen. They were really good. They said a lot of slurs, and I thought that was funny. I like when kids say slurs. I like when anyone says slurs. I'm not gonna do it for my safety. I don't want to get in trouble. They were saying some funny little slurs because they're kids, and then it's about, you know, familial relationships and growing up in that time and in the 2000s, and I really related to that. I didn't think I would relate to this like young boy growing up in the Bay Area, but I did, surprisingly. You should watch it. It's very good. I like it. Reminds me of my family. The grandma's a real star in the movie. The mom's great. Did not remind me of my mom though. That mom in the movie is very nice. My mom is a monster. The nun reminded me more of my mom. The evil nuns, the ones that were the monsters, they reminded me of my mom. I wasn't scared because it's like, oh, it's my mom. It made me feel like, oh, it's mom, you know? I was like, am I home? Dee Dee, one sentence is, I love the Mandarin Chinese in this movie. For once, I do not have to read the subtitles for a Asian movie, and thank for that. All right, that was me reviewing movies. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna do more of those. I'm gonna do more of these, whether you like it or not, because I like to watch movies and I need you to know how I feel. So thank you.